white supremacists are doing, according to what I have seen them do, and back in early 1970s is when I really started talking about it. I was at Howard University, and I said that this was coming. And I said, you know, eventually they will have you, because you can will, when talking about legalisms now, you could always will what your property to your cat, okay? Mm-hmm. Or your dog. I mean, a lot of very wealthy people did that. They'll say, I don't have any relatives, or the ones I have, I don't want to leave them anything, and I got this big mansion here. So, you know, some white lady, I mean, you know, usually would say, my cat is my faithful companion.
Yes.
So I'm willing all of my property to my cat. But see, the white supremacists, going back to what you might call the Roman Empire and Caligula and all like that, I mean, Caligula made his horse a senator.
Wow.
So, see, that type of mentality, they can say, hey, anything that seems like it doesn't make sense at all, I mean, dump it on black people. That's how we'll keep our power over them. Don't ever tell them anything or lead them in a direction that's going to be absolutely, purely constructive.
Wow.
Always, if it's going to involve black people, if you go over on the black side of town, do something that is tacky, trashy, or terroristic, because that's the mode that we want to keep them in, called the 3 T's. If it's not tacky, you know, just kind of slap together, just whatever it is. I mean, if you're building a building, just kind of slap it together. It's going to be something not well put together, not very constructive. Your interactions, the way you talk with them, make it tacky. Okay. The white supremacists know that if black people start attacking each other about this sexual thing, that's going to create more confusion, which is what they're always looking for. They're always looking for black people to go at each other about religion, about money, about sex, about anything. Just as long as at the beginning and end of each day, black people's attention is directed at tearing each other apart. They don't care how you do it, just as long as that's what's going to be going on. So they got it all figured out that since we all have, you know, people in our extended families, if some of us are not that way ourselves, you know, people who are so-called bisexual, people who are so-called gay, people who are so-called transgender, or we have associates or business associates or people that we work with who fit that label, okay? Now, the white supremacists understand that. So, see, we don't want to go there by condemning them for what they are doing or saying anything against them personally. I mean, you know, you work with people every day. I mean, people who you consider to be pretty nice people and whatnot. But they, you know, they have their own idea about what to do with themselves when it comes to sex, okay? And you may not agree with what they are doing. So don't get into arguments about that with them. Our argument is always with the white supremacists and what they are doing with us. Because, see, they are turning this into a whole big new world order of sexuality for black people. Why are they doing this? Remember, in the 1960s, Martin Luther King died on that balcony in Memphis, Tennessee. What was he doing in Memphis, Tennessee? He was down there trying to get money for the garbage workers because they weren't getting enough money. That's the newspaper reports. The garbage workers were doing what? They were nearly all black, males for the most part, walking around with signs saying what? I am a man. Mm-hmm. You know, as far as I could see, you could see people, you know, some of them dressed in suits and ties and hats, and they were saying, I am a man. Okay? They're telling the world, I want a decent wage so that as a man, which is just short for manager, I can marry a woman, the womb of man, and take care of that woman, the womb of man, by having children that I can support. I can't do it with this wage that I'm getting. I'm being paid a boy's wage. You call me boy. You want to keep me a boy. So the white supremacists took a look at that after they shot Dr. Martin Luther King on that balcony, said, okay, along with killing him, you know, supporting you in all this endeavor of trying to be a man, you're going to be a boy as long as we can keep you there.